Disclaimer: the views, opinions, and insinuations made by the host or guests do not reflect those of the show, the management, and the network. Viewer discretion is advised.
Broadcasting beyond borders, the message of the truest tribe of coaching entrepreneurs and independent service providers from the Philippines. This is Master Coach A, and you are joining me from en route. And this is a special episode on mindful parenting, the flagship community project of coaching TikTok speakers from Life Coach Philippines, and of course, the members of Coach A coaching community. You are joining me from en route, and this is a special episode as a masterclass, as a launchpad for the masterclass series of what we're doing right now in Life Coach Philippines. So I'll be right back for the class in session for tonight. Welcome back to the live streaming of En Route Live, the Launchpad Masterclass series that I'm doing here, specially for the advancement of life coaching in the Philippines. And we are doing something very, very big in our drive for this month. This is my birth month. And normally on a birth month, my birth month, which is June, we do a lot of things in Life Coach Philippines. And this is so far, by far, the largest and the biggest activity that we are doing. And that is the promotion, advancement, and implementations of Encruise Life Coaching Packet Suite. And with that, I am doing this special telecast, special episode of a live masterclass here at TikTok Broadcast. If you are new to TikTok Broadcast, right now, I am streaming beyond borders of Las Piñas, and this is Master Coach A on the year 2023 June 6th. So this is a special streaming, and this is something that we've never done before. I am doing this for the first time and exclusively in TikTok Broadcast. So if you are new to my space, give me a shout out, give me an emoji, give me some love, give me some inspirations right now, and let me know what is it that you think or come to mind whenever you hear the word mindful. So are you one person who practice mindful activities, routines? Are you one person who needs to be reminded to be mindful about things? Are you one person who wants to remind other people in your space to be mindful? Are you one person who think many in your space need to understand mindfulness? Or what about you are one person who hope your parents knew what mindful parenting is all about when you were growing up? Or probably you are now a parent and you're struggling, you are going through some tough moments with your children, or probably you want to improve your parenting style and you're thinking, is there more I can do so that my children grow up and become not just the best version of themselves, but really become heroes, become an icon, become someone in their field of choice. Like, how many of you can think of something better for your child, for your nephew, for your niece, and you're thinking of this thing called mindful parenting can help? So let me know in the chat box. So right now, all our kindred coaches, magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat. Thank you for joining me on a late evening of a Tuesday. This is not our normal conversations, but I want these conversations to remain in your hearts, okay? Because whether you're a parent right now, you know a parent. So we are all products of someone else, okay? We all have our parents. We have parents to look up to. We have biological parents. We have parents who serve and stood as our parents, even they're not our biological parents. And probably one concept that many of us have missed through the years is the idea or the concept of mindful parenting. And tonight, that's going to be my conversation. So if you know someone who wants to be better as a parent, please tag them. Don't keep me a secret. Send a DM, or a private message, and let them know that we are talking about mindful parenting right now. So to everyone sharing your thoughts about parenting, about mindful parenting, magandang gabi po. The class is officially in session. So let's proceed. Okay. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a word. Ready, ready, ready. If you are here for a treat. Okay. So you are a parent, you are a child. We all have an encounter, cross-border encounter with parenthood or parenting. So let me know in the chat box if this is one topic that you are excited to know, to hear, and to dive deeper. Okay. So the class is officially in session. And of course, as we always get started with our class, what we do is to have, okay, a mental check-in. So we are gonna be doing our mental check-in right now. This is already towards the end of the day. You probably come from work, from a meeting, from a celebration. I can see Master Coach Jasmine here. So allow me to give a big shout out to Mommy Susan. She's celebrating her birthday today. So happy birthday, Mommy, if you're watching. Okay, magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat. Happy birthday. I hope you had a great day today. So she's the mother of Master Coach Jasmine. So how many of you here feels hashtag fine today? Okay, the day was just fine and you're okay. It was just fine. It was a fine Tuesday. Or you're happy. Okay, you're happy right now, right here, when you check your mood meter. Woo! Okay, we're now here, we're live, we're talking about parenting, and you're excited to know more about mindful parenting. You're looking forward to these sessions. Who among you here would have a hashtag sad? The weather is not so good. It's gloomy. Internet is very challenging. Okay. Connections on and off. Okay. So I've been struggling also with my internet connections on and off for the day since yesterday. So how many of you is connecting and you kind of, my goodness, okay, when can you get better? Can you be better? So hopefully not today, okay, not tomorrow, but not, okay, please get better, okay? So what about some of you hashtag angry and something happened, it's not good, and it really triggers some negative emotions? Okay, Coach Lady Jen, I can see you right now. Okay, welcome. I'm glad that you're here. Coach Sheila from Tacloban, you're here. Coach Joanna, Coach Sean, Coach Candy. All right, so Coach Marife, Coach Orville, okay, hop in. Okay, to all our business partners from Vegan Essential Skincare, please tag them, let them know that the conversations is happening right here at TikTok broadcast. Okay, so let's continue. Okay, so this is day 6. You're joining me. This is June 6, 2023, and you're joining me for day 6 of the LaunchPad MasterClass Series that's happening here at TikTok broadcast. Now, okay, Coach Lynn, you're already there. Okay, now let me know if there's something that you have still retained and you still can taste from day one. Okay, day one, I shared about purposology. Okay, what is one thing that's still like sticky notes or sticky learning? You still have it right now, Coach Tien. Okay, what is it that you can still remember coming from day one? Purposology. Okay, is there something that's still on a sticky learning mode right now? That one I can still remember. That one still hits. Okay, 5 days after, I can still think of that word. I can still think of those words. I can still think of those ideas, and I know it stick. Okay, so what is that thing that you can still remember from purposology? Day two, we talk about life zones. Okay, how many of you can still remember the 5 zones? Okay, and how many of you can still feel really the reality of the zones that the particular zone that you are in, or the zones that you are keep coming back and forth or circling around the 1 or 2 zones, and you seem cannot get over and cannot move to the next zones? How many of you can connect with that? How many of you can still remember the zones, and where are you right now, or where do you want to go next? You probably wants to go to the last zone, but where you are today, you know that, hey, I need a little more patience. I need a little more workout. I need a couple of things in my life for me to move to the last zone. Okay, so what about you remembering from day three? And what is day three? Day three, we talk about, if you can remember, okay, for day three, we talk about rising self. Okay, so rising self about you. Okay, so many of you would remember the flower. Remember that it rise up. Okay, but that when you search about rising self, like you barely can see about a human being, and what you will see is a flower. So how many of you can remember what rising self is all about, or what can you do to finally rise, okay, as a human being? What about you remembering something from effortless action? Okay, so if you are part of my email list, so just in case you have not received anything from me yet, please let me know in the chat box, let me know in the comment. But I sent out an email and I talked about procrastination in my email today. So if you are not yet part of my email list, you're not receiving something from me, please connect with Coach Trisella 0917586161, or better yet, okay, hashtag email. Okay, so just put it in their hashtag email and somebody will connect with you to get your personal email. Okay, so don't put your email there, because if you put your email, somebody can use your email. Okay, and you may not want it. So please put in their hashtag. If you're watching this on a replay, put in a hashtag email, or better yet, send me an email at connect@mastercoacha.com. Now, day 5, that was yesterday. Okay, we shift from talking about personal things and related or personal domains, and we shifted and our gear, and I landed into a conversations with you about business growth breakthrough. How many of you had a great aha moment yesterday when we talk about the business growth breakthrough? So this is one topic that whether you are a business owner, an entrepreneur, or if like you are yet to start your own business, this is one topic that really you will have a lot of groundworks, okay, that can help you with a lot of groundworks. Now, if you are here, you're watching, you're joining me for the first time, this is the first time that you are encountering the Launchpad Masterclass series that I'm doing here at TikTok broadcast. All the replays are still available. You can also check on my Master Coach A YouTube channel for the HD or high definitions versions of these conversations. But definitely, I'd like you to focus right now, right here, okay, with all the things that you can remember. I want you to focus today, because tonight, okay, on day 6, I'm going to come in and talk about mindful parenting, okay? So, it's something that not a lot of parents know how to do. it's something that not a lot of parents wants to talk about. So I'm going to be talking about mindful parenting right now. And after my stint, okay, I want you to stay a little longer for en route on point, okay, the insider scoop hour. So they probably get to start a little later than 10:30 or a little later than scheduled, but they're coming in. I want them to come in tonight right after my talk because I think it's gonna be sweet, okay. So I want to say it's sweet that this parents, okay, Coach Sean, Coach Marife, and Coach Joanna would come in and have a conversation, have a follow through as insider, okay, as insider feedback, or give us exactly what they think about the conversation tonight. So this episode that normally follows after my live is something that I also look forward because I get to hear the scoopers notes, the scoopers notes about what I shared. So I can see on the screen the scoopers. Okay, so I can see Coach Sean, Coach Marife, and Coach Joanna. So I'm excited for your episode after this live. So let's move on. Okay. When you talk about life coaching, okay, I want you to look into the growth that our industry is going at this moment in time. So the market value of life coaching industry is expected to reach a 25 billion worth by 2025. So today, right now is 2023. So if you're watching this on the future, okay, so today is 2023, and in the next 2 years, it's expected that our profession, our industry, life coaching industry will grow to 25 billion US dollar. And that's with an average of 7% annual growth. So from 2022 to 2025, okay, expected to grow by 7%. Okay, the entire coaching industry is making a double digit growth, but the life coaching per se, that segment is growing on a 7% growth. Now, if you are familiar with life coaching, if you probably heard of life coaching somewhere out there, life coaching derives, okay, our professions, our industry derives from a number of disciplines like sociology, psychology, career counseling, and numerous other types of emotional sciences that you can relate. But the difference here is we are centered, we are focused on the discipline. Our discipline is focused on the quest for results rather than gaining deep understanding of the past. And I'd like you to put clear attention to this because this is something that can come to your aid, okay, any time of the year. So the program that we're offering for the Encruise Life Coaching Packet Suite, the program that we're offering comes with unlimited coaching call for 1 year. And probably you're thinking, do I need a coach for 1 year? Then my answer is that yes, because I believe every single day of our lives, there are questions that would pop up in our head. There are questions that are new. There are questions that we've never heard before. There are questions that are just like, where did it come from? Especially if you talk about parenting. Do I get a yes? Okay. So everyone on this screen, do I get a yes? Okay, would you agree with me that indeed, okay, every single day of our lives, there's a lot of questions that gets into our mind, and sometimes we don't get to move, we don't get to do the things that we want to do because we are already bombarded with questions that we don't know how to get answers. How many of you can give me a big, big, big sounding yes? Right? It seems that every single day we get more questions than answers in our lives. Okay. So those questions given to us by our employers, by our family members. And if you are a parent, how many of you would agree with me, especially if you get youngsters in the house? My goodness, they give you thousands of questions. Like they can afford to ask you one question after another question, another question, another questions, and another question. So if you have a baby, you have a toddler, you have a little girl, a little boy in the house, trust me, you will get countless of questions. And at the end of the day, you will even question yourself, how in the world did I get to be a parent and I don't have answers to these questions? How many of you can connect with me? Hi, Brand. Thank you for joining. All right. So if you know some fathers, okay, please tag them. So there are like a lot of women, a lot of mothers in the house right now. But I'm glad that Coach Sean and Brand is here. Please tag a friend. Please get another father in the house. Get another father. Normally, fathers are up even until this moment. So it's probably okay past bedtime of our children, and it's a good time for parents to sit down, learn. And if you are a dad and you normally have something to watch by this hour, give me some moment right now and let's talk about mindful parenting. Now, three numbers that I've been showing about life coaching, three statistics that I think is very vital and significant. Number one is that as our industry is worth, okay, $2.8 billion today and expected to move to 25. Imagine the lift of the industry. They're expecting to lift our industry by 2025. Okay. The next number is how many practitioners, okay, how much part of the globe, okay, how much part of the globe have life coaches, considering that there are only 71,000 coaching professionals around the globe. So can you just imagine the number of people in the world? Okay, so officially 8 billion people in the world today, and there are just like 71,000 professional life coaches worldwide. Now, with that, I'd like to jump into the third statistics, the third number that is very important and very crucial in what we're doing in Life Coach Philippines, and that is life coaching can result in 57.1% decrease in anxiety levels and a sounding 44.3% decrease in depression levels. Now, if you're joining me for the first time, I am a coach and I'm a coaching, and my area of expertise and my area of professional in impact, income, and influence. And the very reason why I'm operating and advancing these three areas is because primarily of mental health. In my personal experience, in my personal walk, in my personal moments, okay, moments of defeat and triumph, okay, my moments of those moments where I feel I was all alone, and even for those moments I feel I was at the top of the world. These three things would always challenge me, okay, I would say mentally. Okay, am I creating enough impact in the world? Am I creating enough impact in my space? Can I earn, can I translate my passion into income? Can I have profit from the things that I love to do, or will I be forever doing the things that compromise my mental health, compromise my time with my children? And the last thing is influence. I think everyone else on planet earth wants to influence someone, okay, especially if you're a parent, you want to influence your children. So who else do we want to influence our children but no other than us? But the thing here is a lot of parents would see that their children are being influenced by others. Okay, how many of you would say yes? High five. Okay, children are being influenced by many people, other people, and parents are just watching and say, hey, why in the world they get to influence my children and I cannot influence my children? Worse, during this digital age or digital revolution, the people who influence our children, they're not visible to our eyes. Like, we don't know them, we don't get to see them because they are virtual. Okay, there are virtual influencers who we do not know. Okay, we do not have a touch base. Yes, connecting. Let me know in the chat box. Tag a friend, tag a mom, tag a dad. Don't keep me a secret. And if you are watching this on a replay, please let me know in the comment. Please comment still if this is something that you want to learn deeper. Okay, of course, I invite you to be part of what we're doing in Life Coach Philippines right now, and I want you to really dive into mindful parenting coaching program and see how your life will get better and better each day of the entire year when you know how to be mindful as a parent. Now, moving on, okay, I'd like you to have a frame. Okay, I'd like you to frame these numbers. Okay, with the numbers are the thoughts or the reality of anxiety and depression. Okay. And if you take a look at the numbers of people suffering from anxiety and depressions, you would see that many of them are parents, okay, with children, okay, uh not necessarily married, but many of people suffering from depressions, anxiety, and these mental challenges are parents, okay, more parents than single people. So I want you to just like frame that in your mind right now, in your thoughts. Okay, if you are a parent, it's so important that you get to take some notes. Okay, get some hashtag ROI in the box right now, or take this photo with me. All right. So if you can take this photo, let me just take a moment and share. Okay, share to a friend, share to a dad, share to a mom, or even share to someone who's about to be a parent. Now, before I proceed, I'd like to speak about co-actively co-create life coach certification program. Obviously, the very reason I'm here, okay, I'm here is because of our profession. So with all the numbers, okay, as you take a look at the numbers, okay, what our profession can do, I'd like to jump into and immediately invite you to consider joining our tribe, becoming a professional certified, highly trained life coaches. Okay, I want you to join our tribe. I want you to be with us. I want you to see that there's something you can do, not only for your children, not only for the children in your household, in your family, but for the children of the world. Now, you can see on the screen, okay, there's this figure, okay, on the left side, okay, if you're looking at, depending, okay, I think it's on your left side, okay, there's this certification, okay, invitations, and on the other side, on the right side, you can see here over 100,000 value added. Okay. So the offer and what we're doing in Life Coach Philippines right now is we're advancing something that would give you a value added of over 100,000 and okay, a discount of 10,000 pesos, not 10%, but the 10,000 pesos if you take on the co-actively co-create life coach certification program on or before the end of September. And how do you get that? Is you get that through our Encruise life coaching package suite, okay, which you can avail, okay, for just 10,000 pesos. So imagine this. For an investment of 10,000 pesos, you can get a 10,000 pesos discount if you join our conversations, if you join our tribe, if you join our life coach certification program. And okay, with that, you are also getting over 100,000 value added. With that is the 1 year unlimited coaching call. That alone would cost you 100,000 if you will settle in cash, or 130,000 if you would settle on installment basis or plan base. Now, I'd like to invite you to secure the slot, okay? Secure the slot because this is only for a limited time offer and with limited slots, okay? The slot is limited to our kickoff ticket or our grand kickoff ticket to a musical show, a musical performance on June 16 at 8 p.m. The Huling El Bimbo, ang Huling El Bimbo, okay, musical play happening on June 16 at 8 p.m. at Newport Performing Arts Center. And 343 slots. Okay, when the slots are gone, it's over. It's sold out. That's it. Okay, if the ticket, when the ticket runs out, that we cannot extend on that. That's only the number of capacity that we can accommodate, and only the maximum number of students who can enroll for this program. So if you are one person and you're thinking of this is for you, okay, so of course this is just midway of the 12 coaching programs that we are offering for this offer for this suite. But if you are thinking 1 year unlimited coaching call with 1 year support and beyond, with the tools, with the toolkit, with resources and everything of that, how many of you would really say no? Okay, so this is 10,000 pesos. And if you don't have 10,000 pesos right now, you can reserve your slot for as low as 2,000 pesos. And you can spread, okay, the fulfillment of your fees for the next 1 year. So imagine that, okay, 1 year, just make an investment of 2,000 right now and spread it out to another 1 year for you to fulfill the required payment for the program. Now, with this, I'm also giving you a preview. Another preview would be a trauma masterclass and, of course, a face-to-face mental health coaching with me. Now, let me know in the chat box if I'm getting a yes from you. Let me know in the chat box if you know some parents who can benefit from a 1 year coaching program for mindful parenting with 1 year unlimited coaching call to support your moment of growth, your moment of your time to shine as a parent. Okay? Let me know in the chat box if you can invite someone, if you can invite a parent, a dad, a mom, or maybe an aunt, an uncle, or a grandparent to join our conversations and to join our program. Now, as usual, okay, as I get started with the conversations, I like to share with you how many searches is happening for the topic of the day. And I search on parenting, and sad to say, I would say sad because I have some topics that I would have 12 billion. I have over, 100 billion. But this time, I only got here a billion searches. And I'm not sure about you, but kind of sad that there are few people searching for the word parenting. Now, interesting and quite saddening is if I take a look at mindful parenting, I can only get 20 million. So that's just like drastic drop on searches. So kind of feel sad because how many of us here are parents? Okay, how many of us here are raising a child? Or how many of us here can see a child being raised by someone else? Okay. So I think all of us here have a picture of a child every single day. A nephew, a niece, okay, or maybe a grandchild. How many of you have that? You can see a child almost every single day of your life. And barely people would think of how can I become a parent. So take a look at here. Parenting is a process. It looks it's great. I mean, it says parenting is a process that prepares your child for independence. This is a very powerful meaning of parenting. It's a process. Parenting. So put it in a chat box, please. Okay, put it in a chat box. Parenting is a process. Parenting is a process that prepares your child, okay, prepares a child for independence. How many of you can connect that? Hey, right? So our children will live as with our children will be on their own, whether we like it or not. Sooner or later, they're gonna be on their own. Even if they continue to live with us, our children will have a life of their own. Like I have grown up children right now. My youngest is about to turn 20 in a few months right now. So I will no longer have a teenager in the house officially this year. Okay, after October, officially all my children were gonna be young adults. And sooner or later, okay, they're gonna be released to the world and they're gonna be independent, right? So parenting is a process, and mindful parenting is the effort. Okay, is the effort to bring awareness, attention, and curiosity to our interactions with our children who we are raising for independence, okay, or to be independent people. Now, how many of you, okay, give me like a thumbs up, give me a high five, give me an emoji there, okay? And you would agree with me that there is a confusion of the word mindful. Okay, confusion. So probably if I search the other mindful, I would have better or increased numbers. Okay, how many of you can connect with this image? Are you mindful parent? Do you do mindful parenting, or your mind is full? How many of you can connect? How many of you could say, I think the other or the first word would have more results if we search it? Okay. Mindful. How many are guilty of this? Okay. How many of you is guilty of you having your mind so full, even if you are with your children, even if you are holding hands with your children, the child would just have you, their moments with you, their conversations with you, but your mind, your thoughts is all over the place. How many of you can connect? Okay, I can see me now. Brad, yes, I can see connecting. Hashtag me, hashtag guilty, hashtag ouch. Okay, put me emoji there. Put me some high five in there. Put me some, let me know that this is something that once in your life, okay, or it's still your experience right now, and you want to say goodbye. Okay, so probably, okay, you're there right now, you're stuck in there, and that's what's happening to you right now. Whenever your child will approach you, and you can't even stop, you can't even stop. Okay, you can't even be there. Or sometimes they're just like face to face, you're face to face with them, but your mind is wandering, and they're saying one thing, you're thinking one thing, and so when you respond, it's out of sync, it's out of tune. Connecting? Are you connecting with me? Okay, so it's time to say goodbye to that mindful. Okay, so tonight we're gonna dive into that. I want you to see that there is, okay, I'm going to share with you three elements of mindful parenting. Of course, when we go to your 1 year program, there's going to be more comprehensive elements. Okay, so this is from PhD assistance, but I'd like to start with these three simple elements. So let me know, of all those three simple elements of mindful parenting, let me know which of the three, hashtag one, hashtag two, hashtag three, is something that is very challenging to you today. Okay. So when I say very challenging for you today, is this: if you are not yet a parent, but you are still living with your parents, it means that you're single and you're still having a direct conversations and direct connections with your parents, and you can still feel this. Okay, and you are still a victim of this. Okay, and my goodness, you're old, you're of age, but you can still feel this. Okay, hashtag, okay, number one, mindful parents listen with full attention. Mindful parents pay complete attention to what their children are saying in the current now, and give their children their full attention throughout the interaction. Okay, so if you are a parent, do you struggle, are you challenged with this element? If you are a child and you are having a conversation still with your, like you're an adult right now, and you're having a conversations with your parents, and you still feel, okay, that your parents is not in the moment. You know that moment when you say something to your parents as an adult, okay, you're having a conversations, you said a lot of things, you pour out your hearts, and then all your parents would do, uh-huh, okay, okay. Tapos alam mong parang hindi naman sila nakinig. Okay, how many of you can connect? So whether you are a parent right now, you're connecting because you're doing this, or you is receiving this from your parents. Okay, that this is still the way they treat you, or this is still the attention that they're giving to you. No attention, partial attention, or fake attention. How many of you can connect with that? mentally absent. Yung tanda mo na mentally absent pa rin yung parents mo. Hanggang ngayon, ganun pa rin. Hindi pa rin nakikinig. Okay. Element number 2, hashtag number 2, mindful parents are more aware of their child's emotions and their ability to self-regulate in the parent-child connection. So they are more aware of their child's emotions. It's just like I would have this. I would say some parents would say this to Joshua, or most of the parents would say this. I know what you're thinking. Anak kita eh. Okay na, kahit di ka gets ko. How many of you have that? Like, my children have this kind of look. Okay, my children have this kind of look that I know exactly what they're trying to express. Like, I could almost hear what's happening in their mind. Okay, because the emotions is there, the facial expression is there, and I could hear it so loud. But how many of you're old now, you're adult now, and you look at your mom, you look at your dad, you look at your parents, it is as if until at this moment in time, they don't know what you're feeling. Yeah. Ayan, oo, ano ba? Sabi ni, oo, yung na-experience ko yan, oo, Larko Lee J, okay, sabi niya, yung parang NA, no, no response. Tapos hindi mo alam, naiintindihan ba nila ako? Ako ba yung mahirap magpaliwanag? Ako ba yung hindi makapag-explain? How many of you felt that, like that, okay? So, how many of you can connect with that, na ako ba yun? Ako ba yung mahirap magsalita? Parang ang tanda ko na hindi pa rin ako makapag-express, hindi pa rin ako makapag-explain, or until now, feeling ko invalidated pa rin yung mga emotions ko. Pinapahinto pa rin ako, pinapatigil ako, or dinidedma pa rin ako. How many of you, ayun, sabi ni Coach Kenty, ako lang ba yun? Aba, ako lang ba yung, bakit ganun? Parang ang tanda ko na hindi pa rin ako okay sa parents ko. The third element is mindful parents listen with full attention. But here's the thing, mindful parents pay complete attention to what their children are saying in the current now and give their children their full attention throughout the interactions. Okay. Now, think about it. Have you ever realized that elements 1 and 3 kind of the same? How many of you can see that? How many of you can see that? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes, yes. Can you see that? Can you see that elements 1 and 3 are just the same? Kind of the same. Okay? I hope you can see it clearly. Okay? So what does it mean? Okay, what does it mean? When you look at the meter, okay, when you look at the meter, it means that mindful parenting is an end-to-end spectrum. Okay? So you don't go anywhere. It's going to be your spectrum. Okay? You go to the left extreme, you go to the right extreme, you will be there. You will be listening. You will pay attention through and throughout. Okay? And in between of that, you will be mindful of the emotions, the connections. Okay? What's going on in their mind. And that's where you regulate. Okay? It's an end-to-end spectrum. Mindful parenting is an end-to-end spectrum. Okay? So, whether your children goes to the left extreme, to the right extreme, mindful parenting will be there, will always be there. You're not losing it. You're holding the grip. How many of you is a big, big yes now? And aha. How many of you have a aha moment right now, right here? How many of you can say yes? I need something to improve. Okay, because how many of us, how many of you, okay, you can only be end to end or through and through or stay tuned with your children when they're happy, when they're good, when they're behaving, when they're responding to you, to us. But the moment that they show character, attitude, or things that we don't like, we're gone. We're there, but we're not there. How many of you is guilty of that? Or how many of you can feel that or can still feel that from your parents? Okay, next. Okay. There is such a thing as conscious parenting that some people would say, I'm not mindful, but I'm conscious. So I want to go to your conversations. I want to go to your language because I want to address that also. So when you talk about conscious parenting or you're a conscious parent, make sure that it is parent focused. Okay, let me repeat that. Conscious parenting means you're conscious of you. Okay, conscious of you and not conscious of your child. Because I've heard this with parents. I say, I'm conscious. Like, that's why I'm watching my child. Wherever the child goes, I'm conscious of what my child is doing. No, no, no. Conscious parenting is you're conscious about you. It's parent focused. Okay. It's inclusive of, here's the thing, it's inclusive of reasonable boundaries and guidelines. So here's where it goes, like, you are watchful, you are mindful of what your children is doing, but it's in the context of boundaries, reasonable boundaries and guidelines. Like, I have a 28-year-old son, and I'm conscious. I'm conscious of what he's doing. I'm conscious of his choices, but of his age, I can only set on reasonable boundaries and guidelines for him to live his life. Conscious parenting is based on forming and nurturing a strong connection with your children. Short of saying, you cannot do conscious parenting if you do not have and you have not formed yet a relationship or a strong connection with your children. Conscious parenting is not permissive, okay? Parenting, okay? It's not like a quick or easy fix or say, okay, I don't want to be mindful of you. I'll just be conscious of what you're doing wrong, okay? It's not about fixing or controlling your child's behavior. So oftentimes we result, okay, parents of young adults would just say, okay, I don't want to be mindful about my children, about my parenting style. I just want to be conscious about what they're doing right or wrong. That's not how conscious parenting is. Now, if you are one person and you are in this part that you are doing conscious parenting and you're hitting, there's something I need to improve, okay? This program, Mindful Parenting, is also for you. Okay? Because to transition and to be mindful when you are already observing conscious parenting for the longest time, it would take a couple of adjustments and sometimes to let go, okay, to let go of those controls that you have because you believe that's the best thing to do and the right thing to do would require coaching. Okay, yes? Okay. So I'm going to give you a kickstart on mindful parenting. Again, the things that I am showing here, I'm discussing on our masterclass here live is not it's not the entirety. This is just like the top of the iceberg. I'm going to share with you 5 things that you can get started in mindful parenting. So let me know if you're ready. Okay, give me a yes, give me a ready, give me a go. Okay, in the chat box, in the comment, I'm going to share with you 5 tips, 5 hacks that you can immediately get implemented. Okay. Number 1, cultivate self-awareness. So it starts with you. So put it in the chat box, put in the comment, me again, hashtag me. So mindful parenting starts with you cultivating self-awareness, begins with you being aware of yourself. You've got to pay attention to your own thoughts, to your emotions, and reactions when your child exhibits rebellious behavior. By understanding your own triggers, you can respond in a calm and composed manner rather than reacting impulsively. Okay? So, how many of you can say aray? Okay? So, you your response to the rebellious behavior, of course, that's you having an opinion and you assessing the behavior of a child. How many of you can feel right now that some or most of your behavior and responses is also setting as a triggers, because na trigger ka, you respond out of your trigger and you trigger the child to respond even more in a rebellious and unlikely manner. Okay, aray na malaki. Okay, so that's just number one. Okay, give me a hashtag aray there. Okay, so number two, connect and empathize. Build a strong connections with your child by actively listening to them, showing empathy and validating their feelings. Now, not sympathy, empathy, and validating their feelings. It's very important that they hear from you that their feelings are validated. Make an effort to understand their perspective and the underlying reasons behind their rebellious behavior. This is tough, all right? Imagine your child is behaving in a rebellious way, whether they're a toddler, they're a preschooler, they're already in elementary school, they're already in college, or they're graduates, okay? When they start showing this, we have to show them, okay, a way for them to understand the reasons behind their underlying behavior. When children feels understood and valued, trust me, they are more likely to cooperate and listen. Now, one of the things that I practice is as like really telling my child, um, I understand what you're saying. So, or I am trying to understand. Please help me understand. Okay. Or this is what you're saying, but this is not something that I'm hearing. Or depending how you word it. But as much as possible, I want my son, my daughter to hear, to see, to feel that I get it. You're irritated, you're disgusted, you're frustrated, but this behavior is not acceptable because now I want to understand where are you coming from. Okay, it's something that could only happen when you have a very strong connection with your child. Okay, so number three, set clear and reasonable boundaries. Clearly communicate your expectations and boundaries. Now, hear me out on this: expectations and boundaries to your child. Oftentimes, we say, cannot, will not, no, no, you won't do that, you cannot do that. All right? So, we tell them the boundaries, hanggang dyan ka lang, hanggang dito ka lang, but we don't also tell them, we miss to tell them our expectations. Or the other way around. We tell them all the expectations that we have, but we don't tell them the boundaries, where it ends, where it starts, and where it ends. Now, it's very important that our children, okay, understand the rules, and the rules are, I would say, fair and age appropriate. Fair and age appropriate. Now, there are things growing up, okay, there are things that I feel, okay, that it's no longer appropriate. I would say that. And I could feel that my children feels like I'm an age mom, but you're not allowing me. Of course, they don't respond that way. They're very good children. But I can see in their eyes, and I would say, it's mom. It's mom. Okay? That's why it's important that you communicate. Okay? Now, involve your child in the process by discussing and negotiating the rules together. When children are involved in decision making, they are more likely to comply with the boundaries set. Now, recently, I have won these conversations with one of my children, and the child or my child is asking for a permission, and what he's asking, okay, is all excess on me. And I told my child, you know what? I truly want to say yes. Unfortunately, with all the standards, it's a no with all the excess. So I want you to say, I want you to tell me, I want you to show me ways for it to be check, check, check. So I'm sure my child got hurt. So now you know it's just between the two boys, okay, not the girl. Okay. Um, I'm sure he got hurt. I'm sure kind of pissed him off, but it was not ballistic. It was not aggressive. It was not a conversation that's full of hate or whatever. It was sober. It was serene. It was peaceful. And both of us went through the process. And I think after 24 hours or less, we're good. How many of you can connect with that? How many of you would like to have that kind of conversation, especially if you have young adults? Now, the next part of mindful parenting is post opening and with your child, create a safe and non-judgmental environment where they can feel comfortable expressing their thoughts and concerns. Now, regularly engage in conversations that promote understanding and problem solving rather than punishment. Now, this is something that if you enter the program, I want you to master. Because if you can bring the conversations before it blew out of proportions, like if you can bring to a conversation things that displease you, things that are not acceptable to you, if you can bring that to the conversations before kang sumabog, okay, then it would really bring so much fruit and peace in your family. And there would be so much love being nurtured between you and your child. Now, number five is practice positive discipline. Now, you probably heard positive discipline. Focus on positive reinforcement and constructive discipline methods. Acknowledge and reward good behavior as it encourages children to continue making positive choices. Instead of resorting to punishment, explore natural consequences that can help your children learn from their action. Like, this is kind of hard and takes a lot of practice, trial and error. Or I would say, when I say trial and error, the error, I would say, is not that it's wrong, but the child may not respond. Okay. The child may not get it. So you have to keep trying until they start learning from their own experiences. Okay. This one is very important. Natural. Okay. Natural consequences. So one of the my favorite thing to tell my children is like, I told you so, right? Or see, that's exactly what I'm trying to explain, but I couldn't explain, I couldn't say. So these are natural consequences, okay, that immediately, okay, immediately they get to see that's why. And here's why I really want Ang Huling Il Bimbo, the musical. Because you will see in that musical a lot of consequences. Okay, a lot of consequences. And if you know that musical, that movie, that musical, okay, um, can play a movie in your head of how your childhood was. Like it's just like right then and there. You can start like there's like a script. Okay, there's a movie playing in your mind. That's how I grew up. That's what happened to this friend of mine. Like you can really associate with it. So it's a parenting, really it's a pro-parenting. Okay, you can really understand why on June 16 you will really understand why I am so sold and really fighting, especially for parents. Please come in, join me in. This will do a lot, okay, of hacks and shortcuts in your parenting. Now, the last part here is encourage independence and autonomy. You are to encourage them to do it. Provide opportunities for your child to make choices and take and age appropriate responsibilities. By allowing them to have some control over their lives, you empower them to make decisions and take ownership of their actions. This is so important, and I believe this will continue even if they're old. You will still be able to give them independence and autonomy over a couple of things in the house, over a couple of things in your business, over a couple of things about finances and all of these things, especially if you're alive and you're having a very strong relationship with your children. So how many of you can connect, and how many of you would say gets Master Coach? Okay, so from 1 to 6, let me know if you're able to get 1, 2, 3, or 6 to implement immediately. Okay, probably you're doing it, but you need some improvements, you need some reinforcement, you need some strengthening. Let me know in the chat box, in the comment, how many of the 6 mindful parenting hacks or tips would you be starting immediately after watching this, okay? Or you would be bringing to conversations with Anne Ruth, okay, on point, okay, with Coach Joanna, Coach Marife, and Coach Sean in a little while, okay? Connecting Master Coaches Me, please let me know in the chat box, in the comment, how many are you gonna be implementing 3 for Coach Sean? Okay, so I want you to take a look at this, okay? So there is 6, but there's actually 7. Okay, there's a 7th thing, and my 7th thing is this. The simple part that you could be missing, why you're not able to do mindful parenting, is this. You miss that a calm parent will always give you a calm child. Let me repeat that. A calm parent will always give a calm child. I'm guilty of this. Okay, so really, the entire 1 year would focus on calming the parents in you. We want to tame the inner rebel of our children and develop the outer, okay, heroes. But I'm not saying that they're going to be rebel inside and then heroes on the outside. I'm saying that from the inside, they become the outside heroes they are called to be. Okay. This is actually a journey of creating a space, environment, strategies, policies, rules, however you want to call it, for you to become calmer or a calm parent so that we raise calm children. Now, how many of you can connect with me that when you talk about parenting, especially in the setting of the Philippines, parenting can be intricate, can be complex, because parenting could mean you parenting your children and you parenting also your grandchildren, or you parenting your child and you're still being parented by your parents and you're on the same house, or the proximity is so close. Okay, and you could be a child and you are being parented by your biological parents and you are being parented by your grandparents, 2 sets. If they're both alive, they're blessing that you've got. So at a certain point in time, talking, saying things, and most of the times, okay, most of the times these things could would not align. How many of you can connect and relate with me? Okay, connecting. Ang daming parents, tama po. So could you just imagine, it is so challenging to remain calm, to become calm, to practice calmness. How many of you connects with me? And I'm going to dive into the parenting hierarchy of needs. And of course, you've probably seen this from Maslow's, but let's see this and run through this, okay? On a basic care, you would say you need sleep, shelter, water, nutrition, nurturing self care, mindfulness, extra spirituality, healthy relationships, social support community, mental well-being, healthy expression of and feelings. And only when all of these things can you do positive parenting and discipline. I want you to take a look closer with this, because the challenge, the challenge of becoming positive or implementing positive parenting and positive discipline comes from our own needs not being met. Okay, I hope I'm making a connection here. Okay, so like, if any, like, oftentimes parents would say being selfless, okay, giving it all to our children is the best strategy. How many of you connects with me? Okay, how many of you would say yes, I am like that? Okay, it feels like our children owe it to us, okay, that we're not taking care of ourselves. Trust me, it's not right. Okay, in fact, how in the world it becomes their, like, it becomes their burden, or why do we blame our children if we cannot take care of our own selves? And we say, I am like this because I cannot take care of myself because of you. No, it is not our children's fault that we are not taking care of ourselves. It is our deliberate decision not to take care of ourselves, because we have this mindset that when we take care of ourselves, we are not being good parents. Now, I'd like you to take a look at this, because our needs are there. Whether we like it or not, our needs are there. And only when our needs are met can we be great as parents. Positive parenting and discipline sits on the top, okay, on the point, on that top, all right? And it happens when we can stop and take care of ourselves. We can nurture ourselves. We can have healthy relationship. We can do community works. We can have friends, all right? And we can take care of our mental health. Only then can we do positive parenting and discipline. I want you to take a look at this. This is the reason why I am coming in and inviting you, really, okay, if there's like group of people that I want to really march on this on Resort World and get into the Newport Performing Arts Shutters on June 16, I really want to shake hands, to have photos with parents and their children. It's important, okay? And many of the people we talk, they would say, money is not the problem, but I don't have time. I don't have time. I don't have time for myself. I don't have time for entertainment. I don't have time for that. Look, self-care, nurturing, relationships, mental health, your mental well-being are important. Parents, let's go. So, game plan, okay, you probably have seen this. You need a game plan, and this is the game plan that we're showing you. This is the game plan that we're asking you, okay, to come to join us into Mindful Parenting Coaching Program to eliminate the inner rebels and develop the outside heroes. So, because, okay, this is centered on you. You being empowered to do this, you being empowered, okay, to help your children do the walk, grow up to be the heroes they are called to be. You can start today, secure your slot, 2,000. If you pay in full, this is just 27 pesos per day. 27 pesos per day. Or if you pay 1 year, 54 pesos per day. How much cheaper do you want it to become for you to raise your hand to mindful parenting and start taking care of yourself? How much more do you need? What else can I give you? Okay. And one of the things that I think value, okay, talking about game plan, okay, game plan, because you as a person who needs caring will continue to care for this child, because this is a process before it's going to be a long process. And part of my gift to you, okay, will allow you to support the mental health of your children. So here's the thing. The reason why there is a face-to-face mental health coaching is because part of that coaching will enable you to support your child's mental health. You need to help them cope. You need to help them keep their well-being. You have to have them keep talking in spite and despite things happening to them. You need to help them with their autonomy, their role models, their relationship, and even their play. You need to be helping them. So it is impossible for you to be supporting your children on this long stretch if you yourself is not mentally fit, if you yourself is not getting the needed support as a parent. So truly, 27 pesos per day. Get started today. When I say get started today, get yourself mindful today about the joy, the beauty, and the calling of parenthood. Being a parent, invest in just 27 pesos per day or 2,000. Reserve your slot. If you change your mind and say, I want another program, go ahead, you can change. You can change until June 30. But just secure your slot because the slot is limited. Reset. Self-love reset. That's what we're doing here. Okay? It centers on you. It's all about you because, okay, when you're able to love yourself, able, especially your children. And with that, I'd like to share with you this. Parents' mental, physical health impacted since the start of pandemic. So 75% say they could have used more emotional support. From mental health professional, 24% were diagnosed with mental pandemic with parents mental health has been impacted during the pandemic. And we're still here today. We are still getting the impact of the pandemic and we're still experiencing this. So let me know in the chat box if you are saying yes to your mental health. For 27 pesos, 2,000 to get started today to receive that peace, that joy, that comfort, that for 1 year you can go through the program at your pace. You are supported with unlimited coaching call so that you can over. Let's get started. Let's celebrate. Let's kick off our 1 on June 16 at 8 p.m. This is Ang Huling El Bimbo, the musical. You are receiving a free ticket, okay, from us. Okay, the ticket is SBIP. It's free. Okay, it's just a gift. Okay, you're not gonna pay for that. I just want you to come to March and celebrate with us on June 16. So it's gonna be my birthday celebration as well. I want you to come with your children. I want you to come as a family. I want you to just like say that you deserve it. Deserve it. Your family deserve it. Okay? So with that, okay, I'd like you to take a look at the photos. These are photos from the scene from the musical. These photos represents real life scenarios. And each of the real life scenarios, you would get to associate great lessons that your children will value. You as parents will value, families would value. So I hope you will say yes. All right. Now, this is my family, this is my children. And of course, there's Coach Orville. So the ticket, so many of you have known that the ticket here was a Mother's Day gift of Coach Orville. And one of the big yes, okay, one of the best yes that I've given in my life was to say yes to his invitation in his gift. And my parenting, my relationship have drastically changed after this. Not because I was a bad parent, but because in one show, in one occasion, in one day, that difficult that you, like you don't know if your children are getting what you're saying, especially my daughter. But hearing it from her, the way she would see it, the way she would think of Joy, the character there, and all the friends of Joy, it's all worth it. And I am fighting this. This is a personal fight for me. And I hope you will say yes to this fight. And if you're still here, I have a good news to everyone. Okay, are you ready for good news? Are you ready for some good news? Come on, let me know in the chat box. Let me know in the chat box. Are you ready for some good news? Yes. Okay, so it's Master Coach a birth month. So normally we keep giving a lot of things, okay, to overflow, to celebrate. Yes. I want some yes in the chat box. Ready, ready, ready. I have a good news. Okay, I have good news, good news, good news. Ready, ready. Thank you so much. Okay, we're gonna close this. Okay. Ready for the good news. I have a good news. Yes. Okay. So as I close, okay, so wait for the official announcement, okay, for the mechanics, but it is officially open. Okay, we have this. Okay, ready? Duran, drum roll. Okay, so I'm inviting all of you, okay, to join the Epic I Have 2023 event shirt photo contest to win 10,000 pesos. All right. So what does it mean? Okay. You will wear your, yes, what? Yes, you're going to win 10,000 pesos. Okay. So imagine this. Okay. So if you register and you win, okay, then you get back your 100, yung 10,000 pesos. If you have not certified yourself, yes, as a coach, you get certified, you get over 100, almost 200,000 bonus, all of that free. And then I'm going to give back to you your 10,000 pesos. Okay. So cash. Okay. So from tonight, when we post the mechanics, up until my birthday. So the deadline is June 14, 11:59. Okay, 11:59. So when the clock hits and it's June 15, gone. Okay, so you have until the end, okay, last minute of June 14 to do this. I'm gonna show the mechanics. Okay, now here's the thing. The shirt, okay, is valid, or the shirt is only available for the first 100. Okay, for free. For free. So you get your shirt, your event shirt for free, okay, if you are part of the first 100. So better register now. I think we have few slots there, okay? Because the 100 is supposed to be paid. Okay, it means paid. You have your reservation in there, okay? So you can put in your 2,000 right now. Okay, get your shirt. I think that's how you do it. Tama ba, Master E? Okay, so somebody let me know in the chat box. Okay, that's how you do it. Here's the thing. Make it so fun. Make it so fun. And if you are not or no longer part of the 100, but I want you to be part of the 100, you can still participate. Just invest on the price of that shirt. Okay? So message, okay, message us, okay, message Master E, message the person who invited you in, okay? Get your t-shirt, okay? Get your shirt, okay? Pay for it if you're no longer part of the first 100. Join the contest. Okay, it's gonna be fun. Join the contest and take the 10,000 pesos. All yours. How many of you is saying yes to this? How many of you will participate? How many of you excited? So get your shirts. Okay, so this is the shirt. So this is the event shirt. Gusto mo bang sumama? Okay, gusto mo bang sumama? So this shirt, you've been wearing this shirt, you've been taking photos. Okay, if you're getting this, you have the chance to win 10,000 pesos. And you will get the 10,000 pesos, okay? You will let me know if you want it cash or you want it GCash, okay? So cash or GCash. If you want cash, I want to give it to you on June 16 during the event. If you want GCash, okay, right up, I'll give it to you through GCash, whatever, okay? But definitely, okay, it's gonna be a long haul for all of us, but you can win, you can snag 10,000 pesos for just wearing our I Have 2023 event shirt. So that's me. Okay, that's for me. And tonight is a beautiful night. Thank you so much. Parents, hear me out. 27 pesos. And if that's not enough, would you tell me how can I get your yes? Like, let me know how can I get your yes for yourself and for your children. So this is something that very close to me. And if you find this beautiful, it's like tonight is a beautiful night. Let me know in the chat box beautiful. And then share also your hashtag return of insight or ROI Hashtag pack my bag moment. Okay? So this is once again Master Coach A broadcasting beyond borders to advance life coaching worldwide. This is us in the Philippines. Coaches like us think and talk like this. And I hope you join me inside our tribe. So this is Master Coach A signing off. Love. Let's do this together. Love, bam, boom. Love, bam, boom. Love, bam, boom. I'll see you again tomorrow for day 7. Good night, everyone. Let's dive into the next, okay, with our en route on point. Good night.